Welcome, and thank you for volunteering at the 4th Annual Bartow Teen Maze. We are grateful to have over 200 volunteers giving their times at some point this week to help our 8th graders as they go through this event. The purpose is to pull our community together around these students in hopes of helping them to reach high school graduation by avoiding some of the pitfalls that may get in the way of that goal. I would like to take some time to introduce you to your Teen Maze coordinators. I'm Krista Gilmore, and I am the Youth Development Coordinator for Public Health. Amanda Tant is the Children's Advocacy Director for Advocates for Children. And last but not least, Doug Belisle, who is our Family Connections Coordinator and over the Bartow Collaborative. To give you a quick overview of the Teen Maze and how I got started, there was a community in Arizona in 1999 who created Teen Maze in order to combat their high teen pregnancy rates. Since they started doing Teen Maze, they've seen their teen pregnancy rates drop in half. And because of that, they brought the Teen Maze to a conference that some counties in South Georgia were present at and learned about the Teen Maze. And they began then doing teen mazes in South Georgia. At that time, Family Connections wanted to be able to bring it to more areas in our state, and so Family Connections actually gave some seed money and helped write a grant to the Walmart Foundation in order to purchase the supplies. So we were able to get a trailer and most of the supplies for Teen Maze, and they travel around to all of our northwest counties here in Georgia. Bartow started participating in doing Teen Mazes in 2015. Now let's talk about our expectations for our volunteers. And the most important expectation that we have for our volunteers is that you provide the students with realistic choices and consequences around alcohol, drugs, and sexual activity, and how that can disrupt their future goals or even end their future goals. Do not lecture students. We are not giving our personal opinions. Do not give false facts or exaggerate the truth. Teens are smart and they know when we're lying. The truth is scary enough. Let's talk scripts. It's important that the student reads the script out loud to you. Reading it out loud makes it more real for them. We write the scripts in a way that they're in first person, so it doesn't make sense for a volunteer to read the script. With that being said, be sensitive to students who are having difficulty reading the script. If you notice that they're really struggling, feel free to help them out. It's also very important that you paste the scripts into the book in order, down the page. Paste them straight, not all over the page, not wonky. The scripts are how we know where a student needs to go. So if a student ends up at your station or at a volunteer asking, trying to figure out where they're going next, if those scripts are not pasted in order consecutively, we have no idea where they've been and where they need to go. And the next piece of this is that students only do 2 rounds in the maze. It does not matter if another volunteer or a teacher or anyone has told them that they can do more than 2 rounds. They only do 2 rounds. Teen Maze is designed for students to only do 2 rounds. If they do more than that, they'll get stuck at an infinite loop. The scripts will not make sense. So only let students do 2 rounds. You will know that a student is either on their second round or they have completed their second round when you see a colored Date 2 script in their book. Date 2 scripts will be the only colored scripts. When you see that, you can look at their last script to see where they're supposed to be, if they have finished or if they're still active in the maze in their second round. Some more information that you need to know. The Teen Maze is loud and chaotic. It is designed to be loud and chaotic. Students should feel a little frazzled. So just keep that in mind. Know that you're not going to have students at your station for more than a few minutes, that you're trying to get students through as quickly as possible. Also know that there are Teen Maze guides throughout the Teen Maze. They'll be in yellow safety vest. So if a student comes up to you and you don't know where they're supposed to be going or you don't know how to answer their question, find a Teen Maze guide and they can help. Things that the Teen Maze guides can help with: helping a lost student, stepping in when a station is backing up and assisting in any way that they can, taking an upset, sick, or hurt student to the first aid station or to another teacher or their counselor, moving kids from the crash scene into the maze, and keeping kids from re-entering the maze once they have completed their 2 rounds. Things that the Teen Maze coordinators can help with: if you need more copies of scripts for your station, if you need more volunteers at your station, if you need any more supplies such as glue sticks or scissors or whatever, we can get those from you at the check-in table, or any major issues that may arise. These are some important logistics that we need all of our volunteers to understand. As far as parking goes, please park in the student parking lot each day. When you come to check in, if you are working first shift, we ask that you arrive no later than by 8:30 a.m. each day. This allows you time to find your station, make sure that you have all the supplies that you may need, and are ready for the first school to arrive. If you're working second shift, we ask that you arrive by 11 a.m. This lets you get caught up with the volunteers who are working first shift. Again, make sure that you have enough supplies, and if you have any questions, you have time to get those answered before you take over. We will have t-shirts for any volunteers who needed a new shirt. If you have your shirt from last year, the black Teen Maze shirt, we ask that you wear it. But if you needed a new t-shirt this year, you can get it before you go to your station when you come to check in. Amanda Tant will have a list of everyone who registered for a t-shirt. If you did not register on your volunteer form and put that you needed a t-shirt in your size, then we will not have a shirt for you. Lunch will be offered all 3 days actually, from 11:30 to 12:30. When your station does not have any more students and you see that there is clearly a break in the schedule for you to step away, you can go and take lunch. We ask that you do not ever leave your station completely empty, especially if there's going to be a school arriving there soon. Students, when they finish up their 2 rounds, they'll finish up and stay in Information Trail. That is where they will be when their school's ready to exit, and they will leave from Information Trail and go straight to the school bus. As far as the schedule goes during the week of Teen Maze, Tuesday, May 8th at 10 a.m., we will be setting up. We ask that every station have representation there because we don't know where you might want your supplies, how you want your tables arranged, how many walls you may need. So we ask that each station has representation there at 10 a.m. and is ready to help set up. It won't take longer than an hour to do setup. It will be at Georgia Highlands in the Student Center. Tuesday, May 8th from 6:30 to 7:30 will be our community preview night. This is an opportunity for students, parents, and just community members who want to check out the Teen Maze. This is for them to come through. They have an hour to just explore it, check it out, and it's just a great opportunity for our community. We ask that every station have a volunteer there from 6:30 to 7:30 because we don't want any stations to not be manned while people are going through Teen Maze. As far as our schedule goes with the students, this year is unique in that we're having to do 2.5 days. We just have a lot more students in the school systems this year, and in order for each of the schools to have an adequate amount of time in the maze and for the volunteers to not feel so overwhelmed with too many students in the maze, we split it into 2.5 days. So if you'll just pay attention to the schedule, you'll see that we have busy days each day, but that'll just make it all go faster. Now let's talk takedown. We do not begin taking down until the last school bus pulls away. It is extremely rude for us to start packing our stuff up when there are still students there in the Teen Maze. So takedown will occur Friday after the last school bus leaves. Each station will have a copy of takedown instructions as well as the school schedule. So just pay attention to that schedule, pay attention to your takedown instructions, and if you're here Friday helping with takedown, which we ask all volunteers that are working Friday to help with takedown, to please pay attention to those instructions, to be careful with the walls. We don't want to break anything. Make sure that if you don't know if a supply goes back on the trailer or if it goes back with me or with Amanda or Doug, ask one of us. We certainly don't want to be digging our supplies out of the trailer, and we certainly don't want to send the trailer back to Catoosa County without all of its supplies. Last but not least, we want you to have fun. This is an exciting event. It's so entertaining to hear the kids dialogue as they go from station to station and experience their choices and consequences. We want you to enjoy it. We want you to play up your part, really get into your character there at your station. And if you have any questions or concerns, please find one of us Teen Maze coordinators and talk to us. Thank you so much for taking your time to volunteer. We could not do this without you.